Hey friends, and welcome back to the channel. Today we have a really important video ahead of us because we are finally talking about official news and new theories about Poppy Playtime Chapter 5, and most importantly about information that comes directly from Mob Entertainment. In the last few hours we got a lot of information about the world of Poppy Playtime. Yesterday we already saw together the New Year image, a very special artwork. In that image, a key moment is shown, namely the meeting between Poppy and the prototype. In addition to that image, other official information is emerging, along with other messages and very clear signals that we absolutely cannot ignore. This time we are not talking about simple assumptions or random theories, but about real confirmations that make one thing very clear. Poppy Playtime Chapter 5 is actually coming. In this video, I will show you the official confirmation that the game is almost ready. We will then analyze other official messages and updates released by the developers, messages that contain very interesting hints and that could anticipate what we will see in the new chapter. So get ready, because today's video will be full of new content, important information, and food for thought. Before we start, as always, I ask you to support the video. Leave a like if you like this video, and subscribe to the channel by activating the notification bell so you won't miss any future content, especially in this very hot period full of revelations. That being said, let's jump straight into the heart of the video and start analyzing together all the official news about Poppy Playtime. Chapter 5. Now let's move on to the first real analysis, because I want to start with something extremely important and above all, official. First of all, let's analyze the official post published directly by Mob Entertainment on their social media channels. Mob Entertainment shared the same image that we analyzed in the previous video, the one showing the meeting between Poppy and the prototype. But this time, the image was not alone. Together with the artwork, they also added a very significant caption with an important information. The caption says, "Happy New Year. We hope your 2026 is off to a great start. Chapter 5 is on the horizon. Are you ready for what's coming next?" At first glance, it might seem like a simple New Year's greeting, a classic message to welcome the new year and say hello to the community. But in reality, if we carefully analyze what they wrote, we realize that there is much more behind it. The truly important part is when they openly state that Chapter 5 is on the horizon. This phrase is not random, and above all, it is not vague. Saying that something is on the horizon means that it is approaching, visible, and not far away. This is a crucial point because it officially confirms that Poppy Playtime Chapter 5 is really coming. We are no longer in the realm of assumptions, forced theories, or overly optimistic interpretations. This time, it is Mob Entertainment themselves telling us clearly. Of course, this does not mean that Chapter 5 will be released in just a few days or tomorrow morning, and we need to be realistic about that. However, this completely changes the scenario compared to what we had imagined in the past. Until recently, many theories and speculations suggested that Chapter 5 was very far away, almost as if it were a distant project still in the early stages. Now, instead, we know that this is not the case. We know that Chapter 5 is close, it is on the horizon, and it is something they are actively working on. This single sentence overturns many previous theories and completely reshapes the timeline we had imagined so far. The fact that they chose to include this phrase in a New Year's post, connected to such an important image, is absolutely not random. It is as if they are telling us, get ready because what comes next is not far away, and this is one of the strongest confirmations we have received so far about Poppy Playtime Chapter 5, directly from the official source. Now let's move on to another fundamental element. Just a few hours ago, the Steam page was updated. To analyze this kind of movement, we rely on SteamDB, which is the website that allows us to monitor all real-time updates of Steam pages, even the smallest and seemingly insignificant ones. And thanks to SteamDB, we can clearly see that the Steam page for Chapter 5 was updated just a few hours ago. Now, it's important to be precise here. This is a minor update, and it did not change the visible content of the page. In this case, only the user tags were updated. Additionally, we know that 51 other Steam elements received the exact same type of update at the same time. This tells us that it wasn't an exclusive or major change, and that the page itself was not heavily modified. That said, the key point is not so much what was updated, but the fact that the page continues to receive updates. Recently, the Steam page for Poppy Playtime Chapter 5 has been showing an increasingly frequent pattern of updates, and this is a signal that we absolutely cannot underestimate. Anyone who has followed Poppy Playtime for a long time knows very well that the Steam pages for its chapters are never updated randomly. Mob Entertainment usually makes moves on Steam only when something important is coming, whether it's an announcement, a reveal, a trailer, or some other major piece of content. For this reason, even if this update is small and technical, it fits into a much bigger picture. It feels like yet another piece being added to all the clues we've been collecting over the past few days. So, the question naturally arises: are they preparing the ground for something big? Is it possible that something important could be released very soon? Maybe a new official reveal, an announcement, or a more substantial update? For now, we can't say for sure, but one thing is certain: this page is under close watch. Let's keep our eyes wide open, because when Steam starts moving like this, it usually means that something is about to happen very soon. Now let's talk about another very interesting detail coming directly from social media and more specifically from X. Because in the last few hours, a message appeared that, in my opinion, is absolutely not random. The message was written by Amber, who, as we all know, is the official artist of Mob Entertainment and also the person who created the New Year artwork we've been analyzing over the past few days. Amber posted a very simple but at the same time extremely curious message on X. She reposted the New Year image and added 3 colored circles, one blue, one yellow, and one red. No text, no explanation, just these 3 colors. Now these 3 colors are absolutely not random. Anyone who knows the world of Poppy Playtime well knows that blue, yellow, and red constantly appear throughout the game's lore. If we think about it, they were exactly the colors of the game station floor, the main area of Chapter 2. The same 3 colors also appeared on the Playcare flags, the main area of Chapter 3. And once again, we find them as the 3 colors of the prison symbol from Chapter 4. So we're talking about a pattern that repeatedly shows up in the world of Poppy Playtime. The fact that Amber chose to use these exact 3 colors, and did so right now, together with the repost of the New Year artwork, cannot be a coincidence. In the New Year artwork, we can clearly see the presence of the prototype, and we cannot rule out that these 3 colors are somehow connected directly to him. Obviously, I can't go into full detail here. I'm planning to make much more in-depth videos on this topic, because there are other connections and elements that unfortunately I can't include right now due to time constraints, but there are so many connections we can make, especially those linked to the prototype and these 3 colors. What I can tell you for now is that the connections between the prototype and these 3 colors go much deeper than they seem, and the more you analyze them, the more interesting and coherent details emerge within the game's narrative. So keep blue, yellow, and red in mind, because they might play a much bigger role in Poppy Playtime Chapter 5 than we currently imagine. Thank you so much for watching the video until the end. You are amazing. Let me know in the comments what you think about this. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell for the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.